All right. Stop it. Jesus, can't you see I don't have? I'm minus a crew member today. No Shnorty. Yeah, looks like Shnorty's a busy guy, so I couldn't have him for the episode. Couldn't book him for the gig. So this is weird for me to just sit here and talk to nobody. So I am gonna invite somebody out here. I'd like to invite Mr. Goober.
I will feast upon your soul.
Mr. Goober does my taxes. So anyways, yeah, so since I'm the only person here for the most part, I thought I would just cover what's happened in the last like week or so as far as like games go, okay? I don't want to talk about me. Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about me, let's just I just want to kind of cover what's going on with this show, huh? Yeah. I also want to apologize about my throat or like my voice. It always gets like this when I like stay up all night and then just stay up. And this is like a normal thing. It's normal for me to stay up. I can't sleep. Insomnia. Help me.
I have no secrets to share.
So cool thing. After we posted our first podcast, we actually got 3 subscribers, which is pretty cool. You know, we're counting we're not greedy here. We're not gonna deal with the thousands. If I get 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna just delete the channel. I don't need that many people listening to me. But yeah, we got 3 subscribers, so that made me really happy. And I hope that you guys are here to see more cartoons as well as more games, which would be pretty awesome. Yeah, the show it's hard to make, but it's so worth it in the end. All right, that's enough of me being sobby.
Bring me the blood of your firstborn.
So yeah, I wanted to talk about Gamescom and pretty much the games that have been announced since the last week. So there's 3 games from Gamescom I want to cover, and then everything else is going to be like just like fodder. So the first one that I want to cover is called A Plague Tale Innocence. A Plague Tale. A Plague Tale Innocence. That's what it's called. And as you'll see, we're gonna play some video of the Plague Tale. Yeah. So this game reminds me of it's like blade sword blade game. That one blade with the game with the girl with the here's voices, the heavenly sword. It's the opposite of that. Demon Claw. Hellblade. That's what it's called. Hellblade. Yeah, so it reminds me of Hellblade because it's got to be a small studio. I mean, this was at Gamescom, right? I don't know who's exactly making this or how many people are working on this. It looks really good, as you can tell. Like the face animations, the way that the characters look, the backgrounds, and as you'll see throughout the demo. And I'm not gonna play the whole thing here, but I really advise you go ahead and go and listen, watch this on your own. Like this game seems tense. It seems dark, and it has the makings of something really good. I can't wait to see more. But before I got some spoilers about this game coming up. So you see in this demo that like there's 3 kids, right? And you'll see that all 3 of them kind of work together to get out of a certain section of this game. But I went to their website. And I'm gonna read you the presentation of this game. So it says, "A Plague Tale." It just says presentation. A Plague Tale Innocence on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC tells the grim story of 2 siblings fighting together for survival in the darkest hours of history. Did you catch that? It said 2 siblings. One of your little brothers are gonna die. So that's unfortunate. It's kind of already stated right off the bat. Again, go watch it. Like the girl says like, you're gonna die, little boy, and we're pretty sure he's gonna die. Although he's running around, he looks pretty healthy there. but yeah, the game looks awesome. It's really dark, as you'll see. Like maybe I'll skip ahead. Like here, like look at like there's like swarms of rats here, and I guess the gaming, like this is the part where I'm worried about, but like I guess the game concept here, or the game design here, is that you stay in the light where these torches are lit up, and they can't reach you. But if you step out into the darkness, the rats can reach you, and they do a lot of interesting mechanics with this in the trailer. Again, you better go watch this. But anyways, they do a lot of interesting things in the trailer as far as like luring enemies into the rats and breaking their torches, and just overall just getting them killed with rats. Now, the thought of a plague running rampant with rats or via rats sounds awesome, but I hope that like they further develop that. Like, I want to see what else they can do with the plague. But if it's playing on like realistic, like realism, although I can't say that this is realistic, but if they're playing on realism and all they focus on is on the rats, oh, you see those rats? They're get away from there. So if all they do is like focus on these rats, like, it's kind of a bummer. And I feel like that might be the case, because even in the like the title, like the logo has a rat on it. So like, I hope they go further with that. Obviously there's gonna be soldiers and it's gonna be rats. That's the only thing we can pull from this. But I hope the plague has more to offer. But I can't complain. Everything about this trailer is just awesome, and I can't wait to get my hands on this. Oh, this part's awesome. Oh, he's gonna get eaten. They're gonna eat him. The rats are gonna eat him. And they're gonna get a little food, little man food. Oh, that's awesome. That's so satisfying. That's great. All right, next game. Anyways, the next game I wanted to talk about is not one. It's one that surprised me when I saw it. Like, when I actually was like, "Whoa, this looks cool." If they smooth out the edges again. Again, it looks rough, but hopefully they smooth it out. So I don't know what it's been like. There's been like a resurgence of like Left 4 Dead games. Of course, like the kings of the kings are Left 4 Dead. But there hasn't been a new one since. There's been Earthfall, which I have from a friend that it sucks, but so there's Earthfall, and then there's Strange Brigade, like, that just came out. That's supposed to be, it's pretty good. Again, it's kind of Left 4 Dead-ish, but like it's got its own spin on it. But this game in particular, it's called World War Z, and chances are you've seen this already because it's kind of been all over the place. And when you have like an IP like this that belongs to like, Paramount, and we know that they're making another World War Z game or movie, then you know that you're gonna hear about this game a lot. But this is very much a Left 4 Dead kind of game as well. And I gotta say, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty fun. Like the zombie mechanics in there, the fact that the zombies can climb themselves just like in the movie, it's pretty intimidating. Like when you see that. It was funny because it took forever to find like their freaking website. But anyways, so this game looks great as far as like having fun with your friends and having an intense fun. Like, I don't think it's enough to when you're playing with friends. I don't think look at them go. Oh my god, that's how they look in game. That's so cool. But like for me, when you're playing with friends, it's not enough to just check some boxes and watch some stats go up. Like, it's not enough. It's gotta include the experience of the game itself. I have to feel like there is intensity in there, especially for a game like this. Not every single multiplayer game has to be this way, but multiplayer ones, like PUBG or Fortnite and things like that, like, I feel like there has to be an intensity in the game itself, not just the situation you're presented in. I don't know, like, it's gotta be like, this game looks intense. Like, it looks intense with your friends. And that's enough to get my attention. Now, I'm not completely like in love with this kind of genre, so I'm not like crazy about it, but I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. What do you think, Mr. Goober? Oh, Shnorty, where did you go? right, time for my next game. All right, so this game has to be the one that I am most excited about, but it's also the roughest looking one, so don't judge it right away. It's a game that really speaks to me. I can't say that it's gonna excite everybody because it's a very different looking game. It's a very niche looking game. But it takes me back to like Fable days. It takes me back to like Banjo-Kazooie looking characters, but a more mature version of them. People might hate me for comparing that art style, but anyways, just watch this. So the game's called Biomutant, and I mean, look at the art style right off the bat. Like I said, like it reminds me of Fable, like a very cartoony, and the combat's the same as Fable in terms of like it's third-person action. There's a lot of RPG elements in it. What it looks like, you can create your own character, and there's a lot of like nuance and like the abilities you choose to start out with, and how you choose to like power up your character in a certain way. There's so much to this game, and this game speaks to me. It's just giving me those positive vibes. I cannot wait to pick this game up and play it. I really advise you going. I mean, out of date Greenfinger. Come on, you gotta support the guy. You gotta support the guy. Look at there's little teddy bear looking things, giant teddy bear looking thing. You're throwing somebody around. You're shooting stuff. Hey, the guy's on a rocket now. There's numbers there, so you know it's RPG. All right, so that's Biomutant. Okay, so that's pretty much all 3 games that I want to talk to you about. I figured I'd go through some honorable mentions. Isn't that right, Mr. Goober? He must have left. All right, so these games are just honorable mentions. I'd figured that I'd cover them because some of these games were already announced prior to Gamescom, and some of these games weren't announced for Gamescom, but they were either reiterized in the last week or they were announced last week. All right, so the first game is Rapture Rejects. Now, the game itself is not something that I would play in particular, but I follow these guys, the artists behind this, the guys that made the Cyanide and Happiness comics and cartoons. They went ahead and used their art style, their characters, to make this game. And I like their humor, and I'd love to see how they mix that humor in with their gameplay and the way they. I mean, already you can like just tell that it's gonna be funny. Yeah, look at your character creator. That's pretty cool. Like the little things where your like character like shoots at the floor with a rocket and he flies up, but he's like smiling. He's got that smile from that your character share. The fact that you can become objects is not new, but it looks cool in a 2D. You've never seen that really in a 2D environment, and it looks pretty cool. Like in 2D art, I should say. Yeah, this game just looks wacky. Looks real wacky. Rapture Rejects. Check it out. All right, moving on. Next game is called Pray for the Gods. If you've played Shadow Colossus, if you like Shadow Colossus, this is like a indie version of it. Looks cool. Monsters are giant. But make sure when you look this game up that you put P-R-A-E-Y for pray, because they used to have it P-R-E-Y, which is a really, really cool play on words, pray for the gods. But pray with, what was it, Bethesda? Apparently there was like a conflict of interest with the names, because Bethesda has the game Prey, and these guys are Pray for the Gods. It's all this stupid copyright stuff. Real nice, Bethesda, real nice. Anyways, that's Pray for the Gods. Looks cool. Giant skeleton boy. He's burping. I most definitely will play this game. It's right down my alley. Next game. First of all, for the next game, I want to tell you that we here at Skullznhero vs. the World take our jobs extremely seriously, alright? And when I say seriously, this is Spunky 2, alright? If you didn't watch our Spunky 1, 5 days of, where I fought Andrewkin and I fought Shnorty, then you're missing out, buddy, because that was intense. Nah, it wasn't that intense, but this game looks awesome. Looks like a lot of fun, and I have this love for Spunky. Of course, I have a love for these kind of procedurally generated roguelike kind of games. And this Spunky 1 I spent so much time in. Never got very far. I couldn't really get a handle on it. I think the alien world was the farthest I could go. I never actually beat it. But Spunky 2 looks phenomenal. Can't wait to make another 5 days of with Andrewkin and Shnorty, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's enough of that. Hate this game. Alright, so our next game, people have been playing at like PAX, and it started as a Kickstarter. It's called King of the Hat, and it's a Smash Brothers-esque kind of game where you throw your hat at your opponent, and then they have to attack your hat in order to defeat you or to get a point. Silly, quirky, stupid, but looks like a lot of fun. Next game I want to talk about. Alright, next game is Undone. There's something odd about this game. It looks strange. It looks a little scary, but it plays a lot like I guess I'd use Diablo to describe it, but it's more like Helldivers with the isometric kind of view, and but anyways, and the trailer's weird. Yeah, this trailer's weird. But when we actually get to like the gameplay, I advise you watch the whole trailer again. But when you see the gameplay, like the sprite work is really cool. Like it's kind of haunting the way it looks. The characters look extremely interesting. It's very sci-fi horror looking. I don't know. There's just something about this. Like it looks cool. I don't know if I'm gonna have like a blast with this. I don't know if the gameplay looks like something I'd enjoy, but it just looks cool. And I could get behind this kind of art style. And there's little alien boys in it. Yeah, you got like the look at that. His eyes moving. It's a cool looking game. Not gonna play it. Next game now is starring a cat, and it's a cat in a robot suit. I don't think I need to explain anymore. Just watch the trailer. Look at that. There's the cat. Isn't that cute? A cute little cat. Yeah, so this game reminds me, like, the art style, it reminds me of, like, oh, man, what was that game? And you get into the suit! Yeah, so this game, the art style, it reminds me a lot of, like, Downwell. And I love that art style from that game. But the simplistic like nature of it just looks, again, I play games to have fun. I don't care too much for graphics. I don't care too much for like competitiveness. Like I play them to have fun, and this game looks fun. Gato Robato. Yeah, we have to wait till next year to play it, but I can't wait. Look at that drawing. It's so good. It's so good. Not gonna play it. And the last game I want to talk to you about is not necessarily an indie game, but it is a game that I have near and dear to my heart because I played it when I was just a wee little lad, just a wee little boy. I played this game, and it left me scarred, but in a good way. So if you haven't played the Onimusha trilogy, I should say. I know there's a fourth one, right? But does it count as part of the original trilogy? I wouldn't know. I don't know. I don't have my co-host here. I don't have Shnorty here. Mr. Goober, you don't know this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways, so Onimusha, the first one, phenomenal game. Second one was a little forgettable. But third one, again, a great game as well. There's been so much talk of a new Onimusha coming out, and it just doesn't happen. And finally, we get a remake, and if anything, like this will be like and for the Switch too. Like I'm pretty sure it's coming out for like everything, but like for the Switch, like to include the Switch in this, like if this game does good, I guarantee you that we will see a new one. Hopefully, starring Samanosuke. Oh, so cool, so cool. It just brings back memories, nostalgic. You guys ever see the Smash Brothers Onimusha? Nobody talks about that game. It was really good. It was really fun. Had a good time. I feel like if there's ever been a time for Onimusha to make a return, it should be now. With like all these like Dark Soul games and all these, because it very much played like Dark Souls, like a funner version of Dark Souls. But yeah, like there's never been a better time than now. Like, bring this game out, bring the third one out. I don't care for the second one. Bring the third one out. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. I love you, Capcom. You guys do God's work. All right, that's it.
Your flesh will be mine to take. Oh yes, if you could sign on the dotted line. Thank you.